This is Umar for BoxNation. I'm joined by El Animal. He's back April 5th. Filip Hrgovic in the UK as well against Joe Joyce in Manchester. But before we speak about that, Filip, I think it's only right we start with the sad news about George Foreman. Obviously, you're a heavyweight yourself. He's an inspiration to all fighters, all people in life. He had an incredible story and life. Filip, just get some thoughts on the sad passing of George Foreman, please.
Yeah, I was very sad to hear that news because he was one of my favorite fighters, a true legend, inspiring man inside and outside of the ring. So really, really sorry for that. May he rest in peace, and he will be remembered. That's for sure.
A lot of people see him as one of the best heavyweights ever. Do you place him in a top five, top 10 list?
Yeah, top five, I think for sure, because of his achievements in two eras, in two toughest eras of boxing. So in the 70s and in the 90s. So he was one of the best fighters in both eras. So he's definitely top five. And like I said, true legend, one of the really great athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, our thoughts go out to his family and loved ones at this difficult time. Filip, in terms of yourself, we haven't heard from you for a long time, obviously since the fight with Daniel Dubois. How have you been? How's your mentality been?
Everything good, everything perfect. I everything is good. I wasn't so active on social media, but I was training really hard. I was working out. I got a baby, little daughter.
Congrats.
So thank you. So it was nice period of my life, and everything is good. Everything's normal.
Okay. I did ask because, as you said, you weren't active at all online. So there were fans out there wondering, is Filip actually ever going to fight again? It's very good that, you were training. We know you're with Abel Sanchez now as well, and that you're back into another big fight with Joe Joyce. But I think we just needed that update because we weren't sure. Was it difficult to process, straight after the fight, the first couple of weeks, what had happened with Daniel Dubois? Was that tough for you or not?
Of course, it was tough. I was in boxing when you lost. It's not like in other sports. It's really tough to lose in boxing because you get beaten in front of the whole world. And I supposed to win that fight. I was like confident, really confident that I'm gonna beat him. And but a lot of bad things happened before that fight. Coming into the fight, I had injury. I got sick before the fight, so I didn't came in my best shape. But also I thought I'm gonna win even if in that circumstances. So yes, it affected me a lot that I lost that fight. I was so confident that it's my time that I'm gonna destroy him and that I'm gonna go into the bigger fights and become a heavyweight champion of the world. And of course, I'm sad that I lost that fight. I had already agreed. If I won that fight, I already had agreed to fight Anthony Joshua on Wembley. So I missed a big chance, and I was sad about that. But it is what it is. Everything happened for a reason, and Daniel did great job with Anthony Joshua, and he did amazing job to come in after his two losses, and he was down, and he came back. He won three big fights, and Congratulations to him. And life go on, and that's it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I still believe I can beat anyone if I'm in the great shape, if everything good, if I come well prepared. I still think I can beat anyone, and I still believe I can be world champion. And my goal is still same.
I don't want to, talk about the Dubois fight too much because we're here to push the Joyce fight, and that's what's coming up. There's just a couple of questions on that with the Daniel Dubois fight, Filip. A lot of the talk beforehand was what happened with you and Daniel in sparring. Obviously, a lot of your confidence, I'm sure, came from that. We've seen him before break down in the ring with Joe Joyce, with Alexander Usyk. Were you surprised about Daniel's heart and resolve in that fight? Because you must have caught him about 20 times in the first 4 rounds with big right hands, but he just kept coming and coming and coming. And he changed a lot in that fight, Daniel.
He's definitely different fighter what he used to be a few years ago, and his mentality is changed. And like I say, congratulations to him and to his team to make that change. And he's totally different man. Before we saw him that he give up in the fights, and but these last three fights with Jarrell Miller, with myself, and with Anthony Joshua, he was a really warrior. He was not backing up. He was fighting, and like you said, I caught him with some great shots, and he just keep coming, and he did a great fight. But also, like I said, I think I wasn't on my best, in my best shape because of these circumstances, and I think I took him too lightly. I think I underestimated him, and I thought it's gonna be much easier fight for me, that I'm gonna knock him out. And first of all, I think I should have postponed the fight because of that. What happened before the fight? I was really sick, but I didn't postpone, and I went into the fight and I thought I'm gonna have enough energy to knock him out, and I started very fast. But he fought great fight. Took all my best shots, and congratulations to him for the win. He did a great job. And after, against Anthony Joshua, he did amazing fight. So he's, like I said, he's like totally different man than a few years ago.
After those first 4 rounds where were having great success, Filip, what changed? And looking back, if you were to fight him again, what would you do differently in that situation? Because you were very dominant at the start. What changed in that fight, and where did it go wrong?
Look, like I said, I was sick. I lost my energy after 5, 6 rounds. I lost my energy. I didn't have any energy anymore. I was cut on both eyes. One was headbutt, another was punch. So from the second round, I hardly see his punches coming because of these cuts. It was really two deep cuts. And like I said, I lost a few weeks of training because of injury, and I wasn't in great shape. Uh, and especially these cuts, affected my vision, affected my focus, and I think these cuts gave him confidence that he pushed me, and he saw his chance. And but after 6 rounds, I lost my energy. I think it's mostly because of that illness. And but tactically, I did the mistake that I gave him too much space to go on a to move forward. I think I should press him more to go backwards, and I should block his jab more. I should move my head more. That was like my mistakes. And if we fight again, I will definitely do that. And but that's because like I said, I took him too lightly. I was too confident that one big right hand will land and then he's going down. And I think Joshua did same mistake. Joshua let him let him coming forward too much. He was also uh, try to call him on some counter punch, and he let him move forward too much, and we both did same mistake, and that's it. But like I said, I think mostly of my illness and these two cuts, the fight took that direction, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So look, a couple of weeks ago, we learned that Dillian White was injured and won't be fighting Joe Joyce. Were you, as you said, you've been, keeping in the gym. So were you training anyways before the fight with Joyce was signed with you and yourself?
Yeah, I'm always in the gym, and I got a call on a short notice. I loved that I had few more weeks. I think uh, I didn't have time for like proper 8 week or 10 week camp like I usually do, but I was in decent shape, and I had like few weeks left to make these sparrings. So I will be in good shape for the fight. Uh, but I think well, I would like to have like few more weeks, but I think even in this shape, if I will box, tactically smart, and if I will be careful, that I can beat him.
Well, even with that short notice, I've seen the odds in the UK. You're still the favourite coming in against Joe Joyce, even though it's a late replacement. Just break the fight down with me, and also give me your recollections of fighting Joe a long time in the WSB. Um, what's going to be different in this fight? I know amateurs, pros, different game, but how is this going to be different with Joe on April 5th?
Yeah, I will be. It was long time ago, and at that fight, it was close fight. It was split decision, and he surprised me with his jab. I wasn't blocking his jab very well, and that was the only punch that he was landing in that fight. And I need to defend his jab better, and that's it. And yeah, I believe this fight will be different. I'm much more experienced. I have much more experience, and I'm much stronger. And I think this time, when I land, he will go down, and he will not have confidence to come forward like he used to come in the amateurs. So yeah, I'm confident that I'm gonna beat him.
We've seen him obviously been knocked out twice by Zhang. He got beat by Derek Chisora as well recently. When I think back to Joe Joyce before, when he beat Dubois, when he beat Parker, Takam, he had extremely good punch resistance. He used to walk forward, take shots, and beat the other guy up. Do you think his punch resistance has gone, Filip?
But yeah, I think yeah, he's 40 almost, or 39, what, or 40.
Mm.
He's much older, and he got, yeah, knocked out a few times. So I think that's the case for sure. But also, if I don't knock him out, I'm in good shape. I can go 10 rounds, and I think I'm faster than him. And smarter, so I can beat him. If I don't knock him out, I will beat him on points. But it's gonna be a good fight. He's tough, He's coming forward. He throw a lot of punches. He has a great uh, heart and great stamina. So it will be a good fight. But I believe that I have better qualities.
I spoke to Frank Warren today, and he said, "Look, the winner of this fight, Joyce Hrgovic, will be in a big, big fight next because it's a big fight. It's a main event. This fight, so you're not overlooking Joe, of course, but if and when, in your opinion, you beat Joe Joyce, you're back into the real big time. You could be having another world title shot soon, Filip."
Yeah, that's my goal, to come back, and this is my chance to come back. And he's still great name, even if he lost his 3 fights, but he's still big name. He's still tough opponent, and that's my chance to come back. Yeah, that's right. So that's the goal, to beat him and to go back to the top and to fight all these big names, and his goal is probably same. He want to come back, but I think his time is finished, man. He's 40, and he received a lot of punishment, and as an amateur and as a professional, that's just his style. He received a lot of punches, so I think just he's washed out and he's finished. But anyway, it's gonna be a great fight. But I believe I'm gonna beat him.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions about how much actually Joe Joyce has got left. But to be fair, from a fan's point of view, because of how the fight with Dubois ended for yourself, and it was quite brutal, the last few rounds, and that's why the referee had to stop it. Fans are wondering the same about you. Did anything get taken out
Man,
of
it
you?
was it was brutal because of the cuts. He didn't put me down. He didn't knock me out. He didn't knock me down. He didn't shake me or rock me anytime in the fight. It was brutal because of the cuts. I was cut from the second round on both eyes. It was really deep cuts. So he didn't outbox me. He didn't knock me down. So don't tell me it was brutal.
But so you're saying you feel as good as ever, then, Filip?
What?
I'm saying you're telling me you feel as good as ever.
Of course, I feel good. I feel great. I'm only 32. It's not old for heavyweight. I have left, you know, at least 5 more years on a high level, and I feel good. And I want to come back to the top.
Just lastly, talk to me about the link up with Abel Sanchez. Very good trainer, respected, a bit of a legend in the game as
How
well.
you know?
Just talk to me why you went with Abel.
How you know?
Abel's come out and spoke about it.
When?
He did it on Boxing News about 3 or 4 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was after that last fight. I was looking for a refresh in my team, and I spoke with several coaches, and I just like his attitude. I like that he's very old school, very tough, very military, and I went there to try for 3 weeks in a Big Bear Lake. We trained together, and I like it, and that's it.
Okay, and he's okay in Croatia.
Yeah, he now came for this camp to Croatia because we didn't have time to go there and come back in UK. So he came here, and everything good.
Well, listen, safe travels from Croatia to the UK on fight week. We will see you there. in a big fight against Joe Joyce. And yeah, thank you very much for your time, Filip. God bless.
Thank you, man. God bless you. Bye.
Thank you.